We want them to keep dreaming too, because there is no statute of limitation on dreams.
Hello friends, welcome to Keeping Good Company. I'm Brandy Bell and we are super glad you're joining us. Today we begin preparations for a really special project that we're doing right here in our hometown of Midland, Texas. We will be doing a much needed redesign for a few rooms where children and their families go during some pretty difficult circumstances. We're going to hang out with some old friends, make some new friends, and hopefully create something that inspires children to dream even when they are going through something really hard. So we are going to show you how we do our best to breathe new life into a dreary space with some creative art, unique DIYs, fun lighting, and even a bit of sensory therapy. We're calling this episode Dirigibles and Dreams. Let's get started.
Around here, we believe community is everything. We believe kindness moves mountains and small, thoughtful acts have the power to make lasting change. Our family is proof of that. And we believe it's through curiosity, connection, camaraderie, and some good old-fashioned celebration that we can find ways to unite and be good neighbors. So join us on our Give Back adventures as we try to leave this world just a little better than we found it. Welcome to Keeping Good Company.
I'm excited about all of our DIYs that we're creating for this project, but I'm super excited about two specifically. One, the DIY book benches, because they could not be easier. It's just 5 crates, wood glued together, and we made a small cushion for the top, and they're perfect for holding books and toys. The other DIY I'm super excited about is the twinkle lights, because twinkle lights make everything feel a little bit magical. And we're gonna have the wands to turn them on, and then we're gonna have the wood accents from Happy Olive Design to tie in our theme, which is the materials of unfinished wood and also dreaming. Party papers are super important to me. I like to incorporate party papers in all of our dessert tables, our celebration tables, our grazing tables. We found some really unique party papers to make some fun accents out of for this celebration.
Okay, so today's day 1 of DIY day. Marley is making table scatter. It is kind of cool. She's using her muscles. And then we're going to use
That's all I can do.
Yeah, you're doing good. Then we're going to use these pieces to make bunting. And we're also making signs. So cute. And Miss Heather is cutting out these cute little printed images that go with our theme. We just print them on cardstock. And we're going to make paper straws and toothpicks and tags and all kinds of things to match our theme. So day 1 is gonna mean a lot of trips in the truck, hauling stuff to and from, picking up stuff, supplies, paint. It's gonna be me, and at some point, I'm gonna have to swoop up Kyle and get him to help too. Well, let's go. Look at all those crates! We're getting ready to make the first of what will be about probably 8 trips with rugs and chairs and crates and toys and paint and all the things. So, by the way, this little thing right here, that's an 8x10 rug, an 8x10 shack rug. Look how small. It's crazy, huh? Let's go. My knight in shining armor is here.
Let me win, man.
You're good. So much paint. So much paint and so many supplies. Woohoo! Hi, Madison. Today is our drop-off day, and so we're doing a lot of bringing the paint that we just picked up and organizing, deciding exactly which rooms are getting which colors, and they're a little sad right now, but we're gonna make them amazing. And yeah, so excited to start the journey. Tomorrow we have lots and lots of painters coming, and yeah, that's it. That's my update. We're gonna get this party started right neighbor. We're here at Porter's, our favorite hometown grocer that has been owned and operated by the family since 1945, and they love the community, which is why we're so honored to be partnering up with them for 2 special requests.
Peace.
Number 1, we need to know about your give back adventures. This could be a community book drive. It could be a lemonade stand to raise money for your school. It could be you holding the door all day long for your neighbors. Whatever give back adventures look like to you, we want to see them. The second thing we need is your nominations for the Good Neighbor Award. We need to know about the men and women in your community that are spreading joy and kindness. We are going to honor them on air and give them a special gift. To find out how to submit your letters and videos, head over to our website. What do we say, guys?
Peace and thank you.
One of the things you're going to hear me talk about often is how important our community is. It's our community that makes all of these adventures possible. Marley and I are going to be heading out and about today to a couple of our favorite businesses to pick up some things that we need for this first adventure. Our first stop is our friends at the Design Gallery at Paul Evans. We are going to be picking up some amazing Benjamin Moore colors that we're going to use to repaint all of the spaces in the most beautiful, soothing palette. Jeff, the owner, has been kind enough to donate all the paint we need to redo the entire space. And we're always so thankful for their partnership in our give back adventures. Our next stop of the day is we are heading to Mitchell's Furniture. We love going to Jennifer and Mark's store. They have the most beautiful things. We are going to be creating some pillow nooks, some little reading nooks for the kids, so we need lots and lots of pillows, and Jennifer and Mark are so generous to us. I can't tell you how many give back adventures they've supported us on. They are donating all the pillows we need. So Marley and I are headed to go pick out some pillows. We have Sid.
Hi.
Sid and Winston, aka Clint. They're doing the green room. So Sydney just laid on the back of a wet wall. Don't touch it. It's not. We're gonna have to cut that out.
Absolutely no.
Did you find a cookie? This is my knight in shining armor. He is adding a second coat to the hall. We have one more room down here where my friend Jason and his buddy Ryan are doing the purple room. Jason, do you love working with me?
Yes, I love it.
He loves it. Jason is one of the painters that has worked with me in my design business for probably a dozen years now. So we did a lot of projects together. You can see the people painting, and you can hear Sydney singing. She has no idea I'm watching. Doesn't she look attractive when she chugs her drink? So I actually don't like rolling at all. I despise it, but I do love cutting in. So I can cut in all day long. As we have been getting ready for this adventure, I have had lots of conversations with friends and family who have either had a direct association with the foster care system, or maybe even have friends and family of their own who have grown up in children's homes. And one particular story I really wanted to share. My friend Steve's mama grew up right here in Texas in an orphanage, and she decided that she would always find the positive side of things. When did you first hear your mom's story?
When I was a kid, just from my mother. Like your parents will tell you, hey, here's where you came from. I've seen pictures of her now at 5 years old wandering the streets of Cooper, Texas. She was actually raised in Waxahachie from the time she was 7 years old till she graduated high school at the Texas Baptist Children's Home on their campus when they still had the orphanage. She lived there. Most of her childhood was there. But she really wanted everybody to know her stories because she had a tragic life, but she wanted to share that that she was positive, you know, that it wasn't, she felt loved from there, but she also knew that there was heartache, and she looked for the positive in being there. But being in a foster home in the 40s, coming out of depression, there was no money. It was all charity relief. She picked cotton in the morning. She went to school. She came home and did chores. If they didn't work and do, they didn't eat. I mean, so it wasn't, I mean, it was a challenging life. She never viewed it that way. She had a positive attitude.
A lot of the parents who are either getting uprights or going through court issues and they only have supervised visitation, they're going to this space downtown, and the workers there are passionate about helping. It's really beautiful to see how invested these people are in these kids.
Yes.
And how closely they're working with the different foster agencies.
I'm hoping that my story and my mother's story will influence people or motivate people to step up.
What would she think about how you've kind of taken up the torch a little bit on her behalf?
She challenged me to do that. One of the things that in the last hours of her life, one of the last things she said, I need you to make sure you keep taking care of the kids at TBHC, continue my legacy. And I thought, okay, what is that? And that, she just said, don't forget them. I reached out to TBHC to ask them to do a memorial service there. And, you know, I asked about her commitment and giving. They said, wow. So you don't know? I said, we all know her here. I said, really? I said, yeah, she's our longest continuous giver, over 30 years. Mm-hmm. She committed to doing it whether she had money or not. And so it must have been very, very important to her. I think about her life and what she sacrificed and how committed she was. You know, the least I can do is carry that on and speak about it. That's my mission. I want the awareness that we need foster parents, that we need people willing to adopt. It's about the kids. There's no way that you can't have a love and a heart for them to help.
So all the walls are painted in all the rooms, and we're starting with our mural accents.
When I was a little girl, all I wanted to be was an artist. So getting to create these beautiful watercolor pieces for the rooms feeds that sense of self in some ways.
Of course, we cannot do any of this without some pretty amazing sponsors that have been walking with us. The Design Gallery at Paul Evans has been with us since day one. Jeff and Herschel and their team have been a part of many give back adventures, and we just want to thank you guys so much. We also want to thank KVL Realty, and not just for supporting this mission and this give back adventure, but for being a huge champion for foster kids in our community, and also for being a supporter of TBHC. We couldn't do any of this without you guys. And we don't do any of these episodes without the amazing support of Epic Collision in Odessa. We love you, Rosie. We love you, Gilbert. Super thankful for you guys. Thankful for our friends, Jennifer and Mark at Mitchell's Furniture. They are involved in basically every give back adventure. And I also want to thank Porter's Grocers for supporting us and being the sponsor for our Good Neighbor Award. We love you guys, and we're super thankful for each one of you. So today's the glamorous day. Today is the day we are cleaning and we're scrubbing toys, and sweet Miss Betty has cleaned crap off of floors. and cleaned all the toys and books. And now she gets to at least have some fun and hang some twinkle lights. But there was a lot of cleaning, and I kind of skipped out on that part, let's be honest. I abandoned all the cleaners. We're also scrubbing down all the toys and disinfecting them. So, and then we're gonna put the rooms back together.
Happy, happy, happy. So where we are at this point is crunch time, and we have a lot of DIYs to do still. We are finishing the cushions for the benches. I'm using industrial strength hot glue because the underlayment is too thin, the wood we're using, to use a staple gun. And so I am actually gluing our fabric on, and then we'll use Velcro to attach them to the seats. And we're also finishing putting all the furniture in the room. We spent all day yesterday cleaning. That was about as far as we got. It was a lot of cleaning to do. And then we're gonna start putting down rugs, putting in cushions. We're making some pillow corners for the kids. And there's just a lot of things to do. So I'm gonna get back to it. The dream boxes, and every single classroom is going to get one. So they're going to get a sound machine so that they can hear a sound that's related to each space. And then they're also, because lavender, the smell of lavender has been proven to raise serotonin levels, which reduces your heart rate, which calms you. They're each going to get lavender spray. And then they get the little magic wand, and then they're going to get a little guide for all the hidden pictures in the room so they can look for it and be interactive. And then they get organic lollipops, because these have been proven to make all humans happy. So I wanted the workers to know why we put such an emphasis on senses when we were putting together these spaces. So I made these little dorky tri-fold little things, and when you open it up, it says smell, and it tells them why we chose to use lavender spray and how it helps calm the body's fight or flight response. We purchase hatches for each room, which play different sounds, and how certain sounds can help increase cortisol and lower the stress hormone. And we talked about the colors we used and why we use muted tones, and the importance of the wands and allowing the kids to have a feeling that they're in control of something. And of course, I'm a nerd and I bought organic lollipops, so even why we are letting the kids have lollipops. So these will be in all of the little dream boxes that we made, just to really encourage the workers to continue to find ways to use the kids' senses to strengthen them and encourage them. So there's that. So kind of hide. Oh, I love it! Okay, tell me what your specific role is, and then explain it to me, because I'm not going to have any idea.
Not a work.
In layman's terms.
Okay, so I am an HST, which is a human service tech. What we do is we really just transport the children, and then we conduct and do visits from like children and parents. So from like contacting the parents and the caregivers to like getting them from place to place, and then bringing them, you know, if it's from the caregiver here to the office, or, you know, vice versa, whichever, and then we let the parents know. So like most of our visits are court ordered, so they are, you know, they are needed to be here. Once they get here, most of these children haven't seen their parents. They're freshly have been removed. So they get here and it's very emotional. First of all, like it's been maybe a day or two or so that they haven't seen their parents. So they're scared. They're scared somebody new's picking them up, you know, they're bringing them here, or a caregiver's bringing them here. But, you know, we bring the positive out of it. You know, we're like, hey, like, I'm your new friend. Like, I'm gonna bring you to see mom. Like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna go and play, we're gonna bring you, there's toys, there's TVs, whichever. So once we get here, parents are usually in the lobby. And then once we get here, they see each other. Usually there's hugs, there's tears. Yes, there's tears, but overall, there's happiness in them because they get to see their parent again.
So having a place that's not quite so dreary to bring them to, what do you think that's going to do for the kids just to have a better space for them?
Oh, it's ecstatic. I can't even explain. I think just explaining. He's a big piece of my heart, and he hates visiting his mom because he hates coming here. And he'll tell me I don't want to go. And I'm like, why? And he's like, I don't like going into those rooms. So I'm like, okay, let's go somewhere. And I'm like, let's go to a park or something. So I saw him the other day and I explained to him, I have a surprise for you. There's something I'm gonna show you within a few weeks and I think you're gonna like it. So I can't wait for him to come in here and see the color, the books, the activities, these wands. I cannot wait for him to come in here. That is gonna change the fact that he wants to see his mom. He wants to come here. You don't know how much of a difference that makes.
It makes a big difference for us too.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people question a lot of why we do stuff. Well, I was a single mom many years ago, could barely afford to feed my children, and there were people that just stepped up for us, and so we started our little give back adventures. Me and 3 scraggly little boys, and now they've just grown because I have a team. But it is as life-changing for us to get to do these things and to get to be a part of them. And we're honored that Maddie, crazy Maddie, let us in here.
I don't know about you, but I'm a sucker for a good before and after shot.
So what did you feel about the rooms before we got here?
So we actually did visits with my daughter, and I went with her birth mom 2 visits before termination. So very sterile, very institutional.
Isn't it great?
I love it. That's so cool.
And we did all the rooms different, so you can go peek. Okay. That's the cactus room.
That's the cactus.
This is a tree room.
Dream.
Yeah,
all the same.
That's our theme. We want them to, regardless of where they're at, be given permission to dream. And we did a quote for the parents too. That way, because the parents are,
they need encouragement.
They need encouragement.
Yep. And
so
they can do it too.
Yeah, that's the tree room. That's the cactus room. I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh, the zebra.
Isn't he great? Isn't he fun?
Oh, Brandy, these are amazing.
So we did little reading nooks, because kids like pillow nooks, and they like to be on the floor, and they can read. Kids
just this.
Keeping Good Company's philosophy is to love your neighbor, inspire kindness, and to celebrate often. So, It is time that I get out of my stinky work clothes and go throw on a party dress so we can reveal this fun new space to the amazing folks who work here. Because it's party time. So one of the things that we wanted to do during this little give back adventure is include others, which is one of the hearts behind everything we do. And there are a lot of agencies that support CPS. And when we put out a call that we needed some things, some of them responded super quick, like Shauna. And so how long have you been working with CPS?
I've been with the Attic for a couple years, and the Attic has been supporting CPS since it came into existence in 2018. And we fill requests for families for CPS caseworkers every single day. They put in requests with us from our community closet for beds and car seats and things, and we are able to meet those needs. And we also try to bless the caseworkers throughout the year because we know their job is very difficult and we want to support them.
Oh, I love that. I didn't know you guys did that.
We do.
That's cool. And we put in a request for Mrs. Potato Head.
Here she is.
And here she is. Hey, sincerely, thank you for helping us.
Yeah, thanks for giving us a chance.
This is amazing. The kids are going to be so blessed. Okay, now we're going to put all these toys away and we're going to give them to Tori. Yes!
As she breaks my camera.
The more adventures I go on, the less it seems I understand about the world, and the more I desperately want to be someone who can spread just a tiny bit of sunshine. Being a kid that had a rough upbringing, it's not too hard for me to put myself in the place of some of the children that will ultimately be visiting these spaces. And now, being a mama, I can also sympathize with the moms and dads and even the workers that are facing some of life's most difficult circumstances. Here's what I'm learning. The only way we can change our world is to see through the eyes of others, to take a moment, try to change our perspective, and decide, is there some way we can help? Another thing I'm learning is that when we come together as a community, big, beautiful things can happen. Hope floats like balloons, joy falls like confetti, and we make room to dream again. And that's something we can all celebrate.
Potential new sponsor.
Oh, nice to meet you.
To teamwork. I'm glad.
You truly have outdone yourself.
I knew you would like it. Okay, what y'all may not remember is Barbara is the one that taught us to make biscuits last year. Well, actually, it was in 2020, but we aired it last year. So it was our very first give back adventure. Barbara was on it,
I know.
but she had long hair, and her husband Gene. Thank you guys.
Of course.
Yeah.
When you
Bye. Real hug. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Be sure to head over to our website for links for our recipes, crafts, and interviews. That's also where you can nominate someone you know for a Good Neighbor Award, sponsored by Porter's Grocery and Mitchell's Furniture. I want to leave you with this. Harry Edwards said, "We must teach our children to dream with their eyes open." Oh, friends, let's give them every resource they need to do so. Till next time, bye.
We all know that life ain't easy,
And we all know the times are tough.
we may not have it all together, but if we have each other, that's enough. Looking out for you, looking out for me. We are keeping it together, keeping good company. My door is always open, my table's never full. Meet me on the front porch, I'll make time for you. Looking out for you, you're looking out for me.